मेरे लिए एक चीज़ हमेशा बहुत क्लियर थी which is people will not define कि मैं क्या कर सकती हूँ और एक औरत क्या कर सकती है और क्या नहीं कर सकती.
If you are coming into entrepreneurship and wanting to build an organization, आप अपने ego को check out कर आएंगे. Nothing's rosy in this journey.
Right now that most women are not making money, right? I think that is the bigger issue to me.
Childcare available नहीं है, opportunities available नहीं है, education नहीं है, literacy rates are really ridiculously low for women.
Yeah.
So अगर आपके पास वही सारी opportunities lined up नहीं है तो फिर आप काम क्या करोगे?
Hello, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to another episode of Let's Be Real, where we're joined by the two real boss ladies, Maha Shahzad from Bus Karo and Halima Iqbal from Udaan. इन दो औरतों ने सिर्फ स्टार्टअप्स नहीं किए हैं, but they've actually changed narratives. How's it going, girls?
Excited to be here, excited to be catching up with you.
कैसे किया man? How you girls been doing it? I mean, you know, generally, I'm sure when you guys were starting out, बहुत सारा advice आया होगा, बहुत सारे लोगों से, you know, कि नहीं औरत ये नहीं कर सकती या कोई ये नहीं कर सकता. But like, what was that one piece of advice which you thought was absolute nonsense?
So I think मेरे लिए एक चीज़ हमेशा बहुत क्लियर थी which is people will not define कि मैं क्या कर सकती हूँ और एक औरत क्या कर सकती है और क्या नहीं कर सकती, right? And that actually I think became my motivation. And then I made it my life's mission to do just that. If nothing, so they don't tell the next woman that. Has it gotten easier? Yes. Will it continue to? I really hope so. And I think, you know, that's one of the things that drives me forward.
I actually have a question for you. Has it gotten easier for you? Or do you think as a ecosystem, as opportunities for women, they're just so much more?
I think it's a combination of two things. So one, I think कि लड़कियां जो इस वक्त ग्रेजुएट करके आ रही हैं उनके पास बहुत सी अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ हैं जो शायद मेरे और तुम्हारे पास नहीं थी, right? Have an advantage in that sense compared to somebody from, you know, who started their career maybe 15 years ago. And I think for me, and not to toot my own horn, but I think every organization that I've gone to, I've been one of the first women there. I haven't been the last, right? And those numbers start to multiply. When you go and work somewhere, you end up hiring more women, right? And so just that culture normalizes, and I think men also in the organization get educated on what we can and cannot do.
Women support women. Sometimes they don't, unfortunately. Have you seen that, by the way?
No, actually not in this industry that I operate in, I think. And that's part of the reason why we don't see so many women in the financial industry, right? Like we've not been the path makers and change makers for more and more women to come through. It's a very cutthroat, very hard industry. औरतें नहीं हैं इतनी ज़्यादा और पाकिस्तान में तो बिल्कुल भी नहीं है. How many women do we know in the banking space that are in leadership roles? I can count on my fingertips.
Yet you built Udaan.
Yet I built Udaan, and we continue to build it. It's always day one with startups in Pakistan.
Can you tell everyone a little about it?
Yeah, so Udaan is a financial services platform जो especially औरतों के लिए financial access को आसान बनाता है. One of the flagship products that we have is of committees, and that we've digitized that committees. Committees are very prevalent in Pakistan, where a group of people will come together and they'll save and borrow with each other. इतना prevalent है कि 41% of the Pakistani population does it. हर किस्म की socio-economic class committee करती है, because एक वो real purpose, real need serve करता है, चाहे वो किसी भी reason के लिए हो, शादी के लिए, बच्चे की education के लिए, medical treatment के लिए हो, whatever it is. So we digitized that process and then started bringing people into the formal economy, giving them access to not just capital, but building their financial identity, helping them open up bank accounts, and now very recently doing pure lending as well.
What about Bus Karo?
Our thesis is simple. We want to solve for mobility in Pakistan, right? Now, you know this. I used to be at Careem. I was after that running Swivels business in Pakistan, and I think all of these companies वो एक ही वजह से आई हैं. मोबिलिटी का एक बहुत बड़ा इशू है, ना वो अफोर्डेबल है, ना वो सेफ़ है, ना एक्सेस होता है, राइट? अगर आप देखें कि लोग स्कूल कॉलेजेस जाने में उनको कितनी मुश्किलात का सामना करना पड़ता है because of this, those are huge numbers, right? Similarly, to get to work is extremely expensive, or ride hailing is something in this country which only your top 2-3% at best can afford, right? So how do you solve for the remaining 97%? And that's what Bus Karo does. So we do three things. So हम organizations के साथ काम करते हैं, हम schools के साथ partner करते हैं. We have a parent app and so on and so forth. And so parents can actually track their kids' rides, and then they can travel with us. And the third thing that we're now trying to work on is the B2G side of things. And so partnering up with the government to take initiatives there.
After Swivel, I mean, it shut down, उसपे काफ़ी हुआ थी, and you were part of the team. And then you started this another bus hailing, startup. क्या response था from people who you went to, for investment? I mean, did they really buy it?
No, of course not. But I wasn't building this for investors. I was building this for consumers, right? And the fact of the matter is कि Swivel के पाकिस्तान आने से लोगों की ज़िंदगियाँ बेहतर हुई हैं. और जिस दिन वो बंद हुआ था, a lot of people suffered, right? I heard from young girls, I heard from women, I heard from fathers of young girls, and they're like, "जी हम काम पे कैसे जाएंगे कल?" I did not have an answer for them, and so I just kind of put one bus on the road the next day for a few of these random users who'd send me nasty LinkedIn messages. और वो एक bus eventually turned into what is now 1,000 vehicles that we run across Karachi, Lahore, and Islamabad. But when I went to investors, मुझे पता था जवाब क्या मिलना है. I got hundreds of rejections. And I think जो लोग मेरे लिए अच्छा चाहते थे, they also really wanted me to do something else because they're like, क्यों वक्त ज़ाया कर रही हो? It's just not possible. But I bootstrapped for many months and had built a lot of traction by the time we actually ended up getting our first check many, many months later.
ये जो Halima part है ना about failures, I feel like nobody talks about this in the business. It looks really positive. जो लोग बाहर से देख रहे होते हैं उनको लगता है हाँ there's no setbacks, सब positive अच्छा चल रहा है. But the founders and the people working in the startup industry, they know that there's a failure every other day.
Every day, twice a day.
Multiple times a day.
Multiple times a day.
What has been your biggest setback?
So many. I think every day there is something that you are struggling with. I'll give you a little bit of a background. हम लोग we started out in late 2018, early 2019. उस वक्त तो startup space में कोई भी नहीं था. हम थोड़े से जल्दी आ गए थे. थोड़ा ज़्यादा passion था. From the initial model not working, from the initial team not working, to struggling to raise capital, especially I think Uran was the first one to raise the kind of seed round we raised. And that took a lot of convincing, a lot of rejections, a lot of pressure. And every day there were thousands of rejections and then somebody said yes, right? If you are coming into entrepreneurship and wanting to build an organization, आप अपने ego को check out कर आएंगे. Because there's nothing's rosy in this journey. It's a very tough and a very lonely journey. Nobody is going to be able to understand the stress that you will go through as a founder. Your team will not understand half the things that you're going through or half the demands that you're putting in front of them. Having clarity in terms of why you're doing it, what you want out of it. Also having that core team that shares a similar kind of vision with you.
Yeah.
That makes it slightly easy.
The core team, how do you build that?
बहुत मुश्किल काम है.
But this is something I always say to whoever I interview. I feel like you're either a startup person or you're a corporate person. You should have that self-awareness.
Yeah.
Startup में काम करने वाले जो लोग होते हैं ना, they're obsessed. They don't say the term work-life balance. There's no such thing as work-life balance. Their work is their life and they don't mind that.
Yeah.
And they enjoy that. That obsession, that hustle, that ownership that you need. आजकल मुझे लग रहा है कम होती जा रही है with the new generation coming in.
I think so, right? But I think what's also happened is, one, obviously brain drain bahut hua hai, right, from Pakistan. So there's been great talent that we've all had, which has come and said, listen, I'm getting 20 times the money and I need it, right? So may I resign, right? And our answer has been, yes, sure, of course. So one, I think log bahut se nikal gaye hain Pakistan se. Dusri cheez I think ye hui hai ki there have been a lot of failures in startups, which is very normal. But I think for Pakistan, that's been the first set of failures, which has been sort of a signal and a wrong one, I think, to younger people today saying, ye to band ho jayenge, kabhi bhi yahan kaam nahi karna, right?
यार अगर करना भी है तो फिर सिर्फ जॉब के लिए कर.
Is there any piece of advice that you want to give to the younger generation who's coming in?
Worry about the work and the opportunity, not what it pays you today. Because the chances are, wherever you're getting a lot of money, you're probably getting a terrible role, which isn't going to lead to anything. Everybody should make money, and I think you should be very clear on what that number should look like for you a few years down the line. But the path to getting there, I think people need to get a lot more flexible with.
And stop jumping.
Yeah, oh my
jobs,
God.
man. Like,
I
stop it. Just stop it. And I have interviewed so many people who've said, 1 या 2 साल का उनका experience होता है और उनके LinkedIn पे बड़ा बड़ा लिखा होता है, helped scaled businesses. I'm like, कौन सा business scale हुआ है यहाँ पर इस मुल्क में? Please tell me. क्या आपने help करा? You were in university 2 years ago. What have you done in life? और जितने आपके ex होते हैं, उतना बुरा लगता है, like obviously.
Yeah, in all ways, huh?
So have less exes in life and focus on just committing to something.
100%, right? But I think as far as teams go, I've been very, very lucky. I, have a very young person who started with me Swivel Pay आज से कोई 3.5 साल पहले in what was basically an internship role. Today, he is my most trusted person at Baskaro, and I have a problem, he's the guy who goes in to solve it, right? He's been part of my founding team. I think mujhse zyada he contributes to this organization. And what's also happened is he is in his mid-20s. And if he said he wants to be a founder tomorrow, I'd back him. Like, I think he's ready. But उसने फिर मेहनत बहुत की और उसने अपना passion figure out किया क्या है, which in his case was mobility. उसमें काम सीखा, and he didn't worry about the salary क्या होगी, right? Today he's earning more than anyone his age.
The chase towards money, I think that needs to kind of be deprioritized, especially very early on in your career.
I also see the other side, right? I see that it's very expensive to live in this country now. And if you are one of the few contributors within your household, you do need that money, but then be able to justify with either your work experience or the kind of value you're going to be bringing to the organization. Mehnat se zyada, I think, akal istemal karne ki.
But you're a saver as a person.
I've not been a spender in life. I've seen my mom save all throughout our lives. I've seen her contribute to financial crisis that would happen. And she was not an income earner. Saving was something that was very integral part of our lives. The problem that it actually started off with was कि यार बैंक अकाउंट ही नहीं खोलने देते औरतों को. There's a whole debate going on numbers of what financial inclusion looks like for women in Pakistan, but one of the sources says 7 साल पहले 7% था, आज 14% है. When we say financial inclusion, it means bank account ownership. मगर जब आप access to capital की बात करते हो, credit की बात करते हो, savings के वो numbers बिल्कुल नहीं move कर रहे हैं औरतों के लिए.
Sure.
So आज भी 2% औरतों के पास access to credit है.
Sure.
And that's across the country. We make up 50% of this country's population. जब आप औरतों को equal opportunity ही नहीं दोगे, तो economic growth कैसे होगी? We're also, unfortunately, when it comes to gender gap and gender equality, we're actually the worst country to be for women.
Yeah, the study just came out.
And now, if we don't fix these systematic problems, the country is not going to go. There's going to be no economic growth. Half of the country's population cannot contribute.
The other issue is that for the ones who are earning, men, women, all ages, mostly the younger ones, materialism बहुत ज़्यादा हो गया, right? So consumerism बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ गया, and we're just constantly focused on spending. मैं ये ले लूँ, मैं ये कपड़े ले लूँ, मैं ये नया से नया phone ले लूँ, because they they're businesses and they want people to spend. But you don't need everything. You can save. You can save with Udaan. You can generally just save.
I was reading upon this. It's called, I think, Labubu, that has come up. There's a whole conversation on cheap luxury.
Yeah. But it's not cheap.
Sure, but it's cheaper than owning a house.
Fair, yeah.
Right? Like our parents dreamt of having houses and gold and like some investment and being able to invest in kids' education. Millennials, I don't know. Like, I don't know if we can afford houses. I don't know if we can even afford the kind of education our parents gave to give it to our kids. So divert करने के लिए mind हम बचत नहीं करते, हम फिर
Yes.
लबूबू खरीदते हैं.
So if I can just say something real quick on this. I mean, look, and that's an issue. But I think the bigger challenge for me is not how women and men are spending their money, but right now that most women are not making money, right? I think that is the bigger issue to me, because ultimately that brings financial freedom, which ultimately means freedom of all kinds, right? And gives a woman the chance to live her life on her terms. अब वो चाहे, shopping करके गुजार रही है, या वो घर खरीद रही है या वो सही से इन्वेस्ट कर रही है is a lesser problem to me because my major issue here is काम पे तो चली जाओ, right?
जाएगी कैसे जब ट्रांसपोर्ट नहीं है, which you are building?
Which I am trying to solve for, but I think that's to me the biggest issue right now, right? Like I've made humongous sacrifices in my life for my financial freedom, just because I think that's something that should be a human right, and so people need to go out and work, and if they're making dumb choices with the money they earn, I'm personally less worried about that at this point. पर आप economy को अपनी mobilize तो करें.
हाँ,
But I think अगर किसी के पास choices ही नहीं है काम करने के लिए, there's so many women who would not have those kind of choices, right? एक वो घर के बाहर निकल के child care ही नहीं available है, child care available नहीं है, opportunities available नहीं है, education नहीं है. I'm forgetting the numbers, but our literacy rates are really ridiculously low for women.
Yeah.
So अगर आपके पास वही सारी opportunities lined up नहीं है तो फिर आप काम क्या करोगे? And I think that's where like just having micro entrepreneurship opportunities, being able to sell food from home, being able to sell clothes from home, that becomes such a large opportunity for this audience base, and we're not investing there. We're not even looking at that part of the problem to solve for. ना हम उनको टूल्स दे रहे, ना हम उनको एजुकेशन दे रहे, ना हम उनको क्रेडिट दे रहे, ना हम उनको कोई प्लेटफॉर्म दे रहे टू रियली ग्रो दैट साइड ऑफ द बिजनेस, बिकॉज दोज आर द रियल अपॉर्चुनिटीज. वुमेन के पास मोबिलिटी का प्रॉब्लम है, कल्चरली, सोशली, रिलीजियसली, उनके जो भी माइंड सेट्स हैं कि घर पे बैठो, right? कोई भी कंस्ट्रेन है घर पे बैठो, बट घर पे बैठ के भी उनके पास अपॉर्चुनिटीज हैं, उस पर हम इन्वेस्ट नहीं कर रहे.
Absolutely.
घर पे बैठ के भी हमने उनको, जो मैं हमेशा से समझती हूँ, हमने औरतों को एक बॉक्स में बंद करके ना उनको बहुत ही सुपरफिशियल चीज़ों में लगा दिया है कि make your hair better, make your skin better, makeup and all of these really superficial things, and there's so much more to life. There needs to be more meaning and more purpose to a woman's life. I feel like that's something that we need to do. So with that, what we've done is we've gone around and we've actually asked men and women both about some really good startup ideas, जो उनके हिसाब से very good है. And of course we have two super amazing founders with us today. So आप लोग बताएं उनके ideas सुने, give your feedback, give your input, anything, and let's be real, okay?
We're excited.
क्या ये वीडियो आपको अच्छी लगी? अभी सब्सक्राइब करें और बेल आइकन पे क्लिक करें.
मैं एक वेबसाइट जो कि ऑलरेडी चला रहा हूँ tasdeeq.karo.pk, मैं उसको एक्सपेंड करना चाहता हूँ, उसको मैसिव लेवल पे ले जाना चाहता हूँ. ये एक फैक्ट चेकिंग वेबसाइट है. रिसेंटली भी आपने देखा कि जो इंडिया पाकिस्तान कॉन्फ्लिक्ट हुआ कि उसमें जितने भी इंडियन चैनल्स थे उन्होंने बहुत ही गलत रिपोर्ट किया और लोगों के पास उसकी ऑथेंटिसिटी चेक करने के लिए कोई प्लेटफॉर्म नहीं था. लोगों तक जो फैक्ट चेक है वो खबर पहुंचे और जो मिस इन्फॉर्मेशन और डिसइन्फॉर्मेशन हम इस न्यूज़ की दुनिया में देख रहे हैं उससे कहीं ना कहीं लोगों को निजात मिल सके.
मेरी इसमें जो 2-3 कंसर्न्स हैं, आई थिंक इट्स वंडरफुल व्हाट ही इज डूइंग एंड आई थिंक वी डेस्परेटली नीड इट. हम हर किस्म की अजीब सी खबरें पढ़ रहे होते हैं, बट हाउ डज ही गेट थ्रू टू दीज यूजर्स? हाउ डू दे गेट टू नो अबाउट हिज प्लेटफॉर्म एंड देन फैक्ट चेक देयर, राइट? बिकॉज वरना इन यूजर्स को अक्वायर करने में पैसे बहुत लगेंगे, which अगर ये बूटस्ट्रैप करके चला रहे हैं तो वो कहाँ से आएंगे? इसमें मोनेटाइजेशन आई थिंक में बहुत ज़्यादा वक्त लग सकता है.
But good service to the public.
Maternity wear for Pakistani women. There's very limited options right now available. बहुत सी औरतें either resort to just like oversized lawn clothes or they're wearing like very ill-fitted kind of Western wear. My main idea would be catering to this market where many women would have access to kind of modest, at the same time fashionable maternity wear that is both comfortable, affordable.
I went through pregnancy recently and I was not fitting in anything. I still don't fit in anything. But Pakistani market immediately would not be the right market for this. We do have options available for us to manage maternity clothes, but this is a real problem in other markets.
But I think export की opportunity भी बहुत है, right? Because if you look at a lot of the maternity clothes in other countries, they're coming from our neighboring countries, right? And हमारा नाम नहीं जा रहा, right?
The other thing to be cognizant of this is कि maternity wear ऐसा होना चाहिए जो आप पोस्ट पार्टम भी पहन सकें और उसके बाद भी यूटिलिटी हो उसकी. अगर आपका सिर्फ और सिर्फ 9 months के लिए है, a lot of women don't have that kind of capital available.
पाकिस्तान में even abroad रेंट एंड आउटफिट की बहुत बड़ी मार्केट है. जिस तरह मुझे हर वक्त आउटफिट्स चाहिए होते हैं, वो भी फॉर्मल आउटफिट या वेडिंग आउटफिट, तो हर वक्त मुझे बनाने का दिल नहीं चाहता, इतने पैसे स्पेंड करने का दिल नहीं चाहता. एक रेंट एंड आउटफिट ऐप होनी चाहिए जिससे मैं जाके रेंट करूँ आउटफिट, अपनी प्राइस रेंज बताऊं और 2-3 दिन में उनको पहन के वापस कर दूं. ये बहुत ही स्केलेबल आइडिया है, प्रैक्टिकल आइडिया है और आजकल की वर्किंग वुमेन के लिए तो बहुत ही बेस्ट आइडिया है.
Love this idea. For my brother's wedding, I was 3 months postpartum and I ended up renting one sari from this platform called Let's Rent It. It's based out of Lahore. Extremely great service. It's not a very scalable model in my opinion because every piece needs to be properly inspected, properly dry cleaned, make sure it gets to the customer on time.
I would just look at a couple of things. One is obviously globally, the ones that have worked. Here, there are companies who are doing this. What differentiates her? Or is it the same sort of business model? Is there, some sort of product differentiation, better pricing? Just how does she stand out as opposed to some of the other ones, I think is what I would spend my time on if I were her.
I've heard you guys are also friends.
We are friends.
Okay.
We try to be.
We're friends. We try to execute on meeting each other, which we don't do very well.
That's everyone these days, huh?
Yeah,
They make these
yeah.
plans and then they never, What we've done is that we've put together a short how well do you know each other round, yeah? So maybe you should have made those plans, So there's cue cards here, which you can pick up one each and ask the other person a question,
Okay.
yeah? And we'll start with Maha and we'll keep it quick.
One thing I think I'm chill about.
Life. If I had a tagline, what would it be?
Don't do it.
Yeah, I mean, I got that just in this interview.
One rule I live by at work.
Just do it. My warning label would say,
Don't mess with me. If I ran the world, I'd ban dash first.
men. One thing I can't start work without.
Coffee.
Yeah.
My go-to reaction when someone misses a deadline.
Are you serious?
Come on, you can do better. I feel like that's Maha.
One email line I overuse.
Like I said. As previously stated. What instantly boosts my work mood?
I can't say that on camera. I'm sorry. If I were late to a meeting, my excuse would be,
The baby.
you have many great excuses. Craziest excuses
Really?
Maha would have.
All true.
No.
How I feel when someone calls me boss lady.
Proud and cringe.
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 Oh, cringe. Yeah.
Boss period, right?
Same question.
Cringe.
Have you ever traveled yourself in a bus?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
Plenty of time.
For research?
No, also just in life.
Have
I've
you?
done all modes of transportation.
And have you actually put in a committee?
Of course.
Yeah.
My entire life works on committee.
Yeah.
My shadi was done on committees. My education was done on committees. My mother has been a huge committee auntie.
Your mom should be getting a royalty from Iran.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
pretty
she
sure that's where
is
this has come from.
Okay, amazing, girls. Anything else that you want to say before we end this episode?
Let's be real, guys.
Okay, so with that, thank you so much for joining us. It was a good conversation, yeah?
I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
This was Maha and Halima, two extremely powerful, successful, humble, kind women. Not just as founders, but as individuals, they have a lot of purpose, they have perspective. And I'm so glad that they were on our couch today. Thank you so much. Apna bahut khayal rakhega. Khuda hafiz.